Kirana had always felt confined within the bustling city of Arden. The tall stone walls, crowded streets, and constant noise made her yearn for something beyond the ordinary. She often gazed toward the distant horizon, imagining forests untouched by humans, hidden valleys, and ruins lost in time. One afternoon, she met her best friends, Demas and Raka, at the city square. "What if we left the city, just for a day, or maybe longer?" Kirana whispered, excitement gleaming in her eyes. At first, Demas hesitated, worried about the city guards, while Raka's face lit up with curiosity and daring. They gathered maps, packed essentials, and secretly studied the areas beyond the city walls. Kirana traced her finger along a path on the old map, marking mysterious landmarks and rivers. Each line seemed to whisper secrets of places no city dweller had ventured before. As dusk approached, the trio approached the ancient wooden gate at the edge of Arden. The air beyond the walls smelled of fresh earth and distant pine, so different from the dust and smoke inside the city. With a shared glance of both fear and exhilaration, they stepped into the unknown, unaware that the journey ahead would test their courage, wit, and friendship like never before. The first hours outside the city walls felt surreal. Birds sang melodies unheard within Arden, and the sun filtered through towering trees, painting patterns on the forest floor. Kirana led the way, consulting her map, while Demas kept watch for hazards and Raka, ever the brave, pushed branches aside with enthusiasm. Soon, they encountered a rushing river with slippery stones, blocking their path. "We have to cross carefully," Demas cautioned. Using fallen logs and a rope from their backpacks, they navigated the tricky crossing, hearts pounding as each step threatened to plunge them into the cold water. Further along, they discovered strange markings etched into trees, symbols that didn't resemble any language they knew. Kirana sketched them onto her notebook, sensing that these signs might guide them deeper into unknown territory. Shadows seemed to move between the trees, but every time they looked, nothing was there. Despite the unease, laughter occasionally broke through as Raka slipped on moss-covered stones or Demas made jokes to calm nerves. By the time night approached, they found a small clearing, lit by fireflies, and decided to camp. Sitting around their small fire, they realized that the forest was alive with secrets and that every step brought them closer to adventures they had only dreamed about. The morning light revealed more of the forest's wonders. Flowers with iridescent petals bloomed along the path, and a gentle mist hovered over small streams. Following the map, they stumbled upon the remains of an old stone structure, half buried by vines and soil. Inside the ruins, they found a rusted chest. Its lock was broken, revealing a set of ancient scrolls and a curious metal compass. Kirana's eyes widened. "These must belong to someone who explored this place long ago," she whispered. The scrolls contained drawings of landmarks, unusual rock formations, hidden waterfalls, and cave entrances marked with mysterious symbols. Raka traced a finger along a drawing of a cliff overlooking a valley. "This could be our next stop," he said with a grin. The trio realized that the forest held more than natural beauty. It was a repository of history, secrets, and perhaps even magic. Their journey was no longer just a simple adventure. It had become a quest to uncover mysteries that few had dared to witness. The path grew more challenging as they approached a steep ravine, with loose stones and slippery moss. Kirana led carefully, using a sturdy branch to balance, while Raka helped Demas across the trickiest spots. At one point, a loud rustle startled them, and a deer sprinted past, its eyes glowing briefly in the mist. Their friendship was tested, not through conflict, but through trust and teamwork. Each obstacle demanded cooperation, patience, and ingenuity. Kirana noticed that Demas' cautious nature often prevented accidents, while Raka's fearlessness pushed them to take risks that led to discovery. Together, they learned how to balance caution and boldness. Amid the trials, they stumbled upon a hidden waterfall cascading into a sparkling pool. Exhausted but exhilarated, they realized that these challenges were preparing them for greater discoveries. The forest, though beautiful, was unpredictable, and each hurdle taught them resilience and courage. At last, they reached a hidden valley, encircled by cliffs and dotted with ruins covered in ivy. Ancient stone statues hinted at a civilization long forgotten. The scrolls had led them here perfectly. As they explored, Karana, Demas, and Raka discovered that the real treasure was not gold or jewels, but the experiences they shared, the laughter, fear, cooperation, and lessons learned along the way. Karana wrote in her notebook, "Adventure is not about reaching a destination, but about the growth and bonds we form during the journey." Sitting on a cliff overlooking the valley, they watched the sunset paint the sky in orange and pink hues. Their hearts were full of pride, excitement, and a new understanding of the world beyond the city walls. Arden would always be home, but the forest had given them freedom, knowledge, and memories that would last a lifetime.